Hello everyone, I'm Philip Dowden, voice of the Pirates here with CampSU. Here for SouthwesternPirates.com. We're going to go around all the fall camps here on the campus of Southwestern University. We're going to start in these brand new football facilities and to have a talk with head football coach Joe Austin. Coach, last year was a lot of changes. Talk just a little bit about what a difference a year makes and seeing you have upperclassmen actually now, and how those sophomores and the first year freshman kids, they're all intermingling and taking to these first couple days of practice.
Well, the most noticeable thing is we have facilities. Last year we were scrambling to find field space. We didn't have locker rooms, so they were dressing in their dorm rooms. And this year we're settled in, so it's a more normal camp. So logistically, it's been really smooth. From check-in to practice times to everything has been really nice. It's also nice during practice that we do have those guys with a year of experience. People know where to go, they know what to do, and there's role models and examples for the new guys. Last year, there was nobody in front of them that could kind of show them in any capacity what it is we want done and how we want them to do it. So it's really nice to have that. And a lot of players really know what they're doing. They played the whole thing, all the practices, all the games, so they have experience like a junior or senior would have in terms of the number of repetitions they took. And physically, they're a lot better. They worked really hard in our off season. They worked hard all summer. They came back in shape. So we're starting off so far ahead of where we were, and it's fun for our older guys because they can see that. They know that it was just a mess when we started last year, and now things are smooth, and our offense and defense are clicking already. We just came out of spring ball and our study abroad trip where guys played a lot together in the spring, and so we're off to a really good start.
Mentioned you've got some upperclassmen. Talk a little bit about how the practices have been progressing. Have you seen improvements from those kids that are sophomores this year and how they're progressing on the field this year? And then just as the team progresses as a whole, you're 3 days in, talk a little bit about that.
Well, we've got a lot of really good sophomore football players. And again, it ties into how much experience they got as freshmen. They've played the amount that some people's juniors and seniors have because they did everything, and so a lot of guys are really ahead of schedule of where you'd think they would be starting their sophomore season. The one thing that people will see if they watch our games last year, this year, is the conditioning level. The high school football game's 48 minutes at a slower pace with smaller, weaker athletes, not knocking they're younger kids. Now we're playing a 60-minute game with bigger, stronger, faster adult men, and so for us the conditioning level is tough because they were making that jump from the 48-minute high school game to a 60-minute college game. Now they're going to be used to it. They have the conditioning for it, they know what to expect, and they're going to be physically more prepared. So we had some games where by the end of the third quarter, into the fourth quarter, we were just out of gas. We were out of bodies sometimes. We're just getting anybody in that was still healthy. And this year that shouldn't be the case. Now I'm not saying that we're going to be as good as seniors would be physically, but we're not going to be at such a physical deficit where we can't compete for 60 minutes. So we expect to be able to physically compete for 60 minutes, and that's going to show a ton of improvement just in and of itself. If we run our plays better, that's going to be better as well if our skills improve, but our conditioning level should be something that even fans that maybe don't know the schemes of the game, they're going to see that we're able to physically hang in the game a lot better.
Last question here on CampSU, Coach. You and I, we've both talked about the tempo of practice and how you want that constant improvement every day, and we saw a good tempo. You mentioned that at the end of practice on the first day. The defense, had an interception, and the kids, really rallied around that. Talk about the tempo that you've seen and those positive things of how that's improved and made practices these first 3 days better.
Well, it's tough to play fast when you're confused. And last year everyone was confused. They didn't know their assignments, they didn't know the structure of practice, what the drills were, how to do the drills, where to go. And now since the majority of our team knows all those things, they can play at a high level. A lot of the thinking is taken out of it. They're still thinking, but it happens faster. They see their visual cues, they don't have to stop and process it, they can just react. They can process things so much faster. And so that makes everything faster in practice. We get in and out of drills. We finished about 20 minutes ahead of schedule each day. We're getting the number of repetitions in each practice period that we want to have for both our older guys and our younger guys, and we're finishing early. So we don't need to be out here in the heat for 3 hours if we can get done in 2.5, the amount that we would expect 3 hours to take. So we're working ahead of schedule. It's going to keep our guys fresh. They're going to be more healthy when we start the season. So being able to be crisp in practice has really made a lot of difference for us.
That's head Pirate football coach Joe Austin. You're watching CampSU. Stay tuned to SouthwesternPirates.com as we come with the rest of the fall sports for 2014.